hello everyone. My name is Edward S. Redcar, the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat, and this just happens to be an on-the-fly, on-the-go version. And look who I happen to run into here at the Kona Big Wave restaurant here in Santa Monica, California. None other than talented actor and stand-up comedian Randy Oppenheimer. Welcome to the show, Randy. How you doing today?
Doing great. What could be not great about being out here by the beach in Santa Monica, having good lunch?
That's right. And we're talking about all sorts of things here. Your career as a stand-up comedian, how you got involved in acting. So kind of give us a little brief synopsis of how you got to where you are right now. In 60 seconds. No. Well, we got time. So go. Yeah.
Okay.
So explain away.
Oh man, it's like
I'll just finish my lunch here.
yeah. Go ahead and eat your lunch.
Yeah.
No, it's been I started basically. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor actually, but in high school I liked doing theater. Sort of had the bug, and then came to go to college. Had to make the decision between theater and pre-med, and pre-med took precedent at the time. And then went the doctor route. Became a doctor, did all that stuff, and then about 1997, 27 years ago.
Okay.
I was working. I was in private practice outside the San Diego area, and I saw an ad in one of the community papers for doing a production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Okay.
And I said I ended up being there for 27 years, and my daughter was like 7 at the time, and I said, I asked her, you want to go audition for this? So we did. And I got the lead part of the Elvis the Pharaoh.
Oh, congratulations! Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
I said I hadn't done any acting for 27 years, but we did it. Remember our sold out audiences? It was so much fun. I said, this is really cool.
Yeah.
So from then on, I went on to do 1 or 2 plays a year, and just loved doing theater and stuff. And then one of the plays I was in, I forget the name of the play, but one of the women in the play, her husband at the time was starting to get into the movie business.
Okay.
Doing these low budget horror movies.
Okay.
And they asked me if I wanted to get involved, and I said, okay, I guess. I've done that before. So I got involved with this movie called Blood Moon Rising.
Okay.
And claim to fame was Ron Jeremy was
Really. Talk about a coincidence. Wow.
Yeah, it's like at the time he was trying to get into the mainstream movies as opposed to the porn movies.
Okay.
So that was a cool movie. Actually,
I'm glad you differentiated there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We want to keep this show above board, so
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Well, only older people like us even know who he is anymore. Actually got to run him over in the car in the movie.
Okay.
And went on from there and got involved in these low-budget horror movies we were filming. Actually, we had moved to Arizona, and there was actually a fairly decent independent movie business in Arizona.
Okay.
So got a number of movies there, and then
So they were like specifically concentrated like in the horror genre, or back then, or I know
there's a lot of horror. Yeah, it's cheap. Budgets are cheap and stuff, and so.
Yeah, I know horror. I know horror is big today. On the screen, film festivals.
Yeah, it's huge.
Very big. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I even produced my own horror movie a few years ago.
Really? Okay. Now, what's the name of that, so we can have this officially recorded? What was the name of it? Where can we find it?
It's called Fangs Out, like vampire fangs, like Knives Out, Fangs Out.
Okay.
And it's a comedy horror type movie.
Okay.
And it's out on Amazon Prime and Tubi now. It's been out there for almost 2 years now.
Wow,
It's still
wow.
on there, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
It was a real learning experience. Never done that, produced anything before, so.
And that's is that like a
No,
short film
it's
or
a full feature.
Wow,
88 minutes. It
that
was-
that's real. I mean, that's really ambitious for the first time out of the gate because it's like a lot of times filmmakers they want to get into the film business and they want to get their feet wet like with a short.
Yeah.
You know, concentrate maybe like on an 8 minute or a 10 minute. But that's really taking a dive off the deep end. Wow.
it's something I had this idea for this movie for a number of years, and the guy I worked with is a distributor too, and producer,
Oh, okay.
and one thing led to another, and I said, hey, why don't we make my movie? And it came. It's actually wasn't supposed to be as funny as it is, but now I'm saying it is funny.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know. I mean,
It's pretty entertaining, actually.
well, the unexpected is even more gratifying, right?
Yeah.
It's even more gratifying when you don't expect something to happen and it does. It's like it's twice as good. It's twice as good than if you put out a film and say, "Oh, this is going to be a blockbuster," and maybe if it is a blockbuster, I don't know, the outlook.
You can't have too high expectations.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
No, it's actually, I mean, hopefully, maybe it'll become a cult film. You know, you never know. Like, what's the one, The Butterfly?
Oh,
Oh, what the hell?
we know what we're thinking of, but we can't put it into words.
We're old guys.
That's
I'm not
right,
really
you know.
like that. What is it? Oh man, not the butterfly effect.
If any of you out there know about it, Google it right now.
Yeah, really.
And put it in the comments when I upload this interview to YouTube, so that we can all share in the experience.
That's really sad. That's really sad. You know, that was a low budget one, and it
Okay,
became a whole huge cult
okay,
thing, so you never know. That could
okay.
happen.
Okay. So besides like the acting and the filmmaking, you're also a stand-up comedian. So what was the impetus for wanting to try that? You know, testing your chops in stand-up comedy.
I'll tell you that. We'll see if I can get this guy. I want to get.
Okay. I can cut this out.
You guys doing okay? We get a couple of waters.
2 more waters?
Yeah.
Of course.
Maybe.
He was hoping we'd be ordering cocktails.
Yeah, right. So anyhow, so it was 2 years ago in April.
Okay.
I moved. Okay, I moved out here. I turned. When did I moved out here? 2018, right? Yeah. So I turned 60.
Okay.
And I was the chief of my department, very high power type surgeon, and I decided I didn't like going to work anymore. It was just very very stressful and stuff. And finally, I said, you know what? Every time I went to a movie, I said, that's what I want to be doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I said, you know, it's now or never. So one thing led
That's
to another.
right.
So I said, you know what? I'm moving to LA. So I quit my job. I moved out here to do the acting business, right?
And look at it. I mean, what better choice could you make?
Living the dream.
You're
Not acting as much as I want to, but
it'll come.
can't beat that.
Things happen when they're supposed to happen. That's what I believe. In their own time, in their own way, it'll happen. Maybe not when we expect it, but it's gonna happen anyway.
Hopefully before I die.
Randy, you're bringing this interview right down. This is supposed to be an update interview. I mean,
That's
you know,
true.
up, you know.
No, but see, I moved out here and can't get much better, you know. I live 6 blocks from the beach, and yeah, it's great.
It took us 5 minutes to drive over here from Randy's place to the beach. Now,
Yeah,
you can't get better than that. To be that close to the beach every single day.
yeah, and you really can't complain about the weather.
I was just going to say, I've been here probably almost 2.5 weeks, and aside from maybe morning clouds. It's like the day is like this every day. I mean, the clouds just burn off and it's like totally blue. It's like I got to get myself out here too.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll take your recommendation. I'll take your recommendation. So,
So I just 2 years ago. This is exactly. I went the movie theater, the AMC theater is like right over on the Promenade in Santa Monica.
yeah.
I went to a movie and I'm walking home, and right behind the theater is an alley. And all these people are hanging out in the alley. And I figured I'd check it out. I walk over. There's a comedy club in the alley behind the theater called West Side Comedy Club.
Really? Okay.
And so I asked, what's going on here? And they said, well, it's open mic night.
There you go.
Being naive, I said, what's that? I'd never been to an open mic. They said, oh yeah, the comedian people get up and try their stuff. I go, well, that's cool. I'll go check it out.
Okay.
So I went, and I saw 20 guys suck. Not one of them was funny. And I said, you know what? I'll bet you I think I could do something funny.
I knew you were going to say that, and I knew you were too. Even though I wasn't there, I knew. I've watched this guy a few times so far, and every time he kills. So I don't have any doubt. I don't have any doubt that first time was a killer too.
So I went home. And I started writing down some stuff that I thought was funny. Like I said, I'd never done it before. So I went back the following week. And it's a lot of these open mic nights, it's a lottery.
Okay.
So you get there, you put your name in the pot, and if you get called, you get to go up on stage.
Right.
So I got called, and I got nothing to lose, right? Like, I don't know anybody there, so and I got up and I got laughs. And I'm thinking, I think I got more laughs than most of the people. I said, hey, this is cool. And so I went there a couple more times. Seemed to be getting laughs at it. I said, yeah, this stand-up stuff's pretty cool. You get laughs, right?
Right.
So one thing led to another, and I met a guy who's a comedian. He booked shows, and started. They said, telling I was taking this comedy class, and he actually said, if I take this comedy class, he'll book me.
Okay.
So the first booking I ever did was at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in downtown Hollywood,
And isn't that a place that Tom Arnold also plays?
Yeah. In fact, Tom Arnold was the headliner.
Oh, wow.
And I sort of said, I was before him, so I said, I opened for Tom Arnold. My first time.
Man, you were in good company. I mean,
it was
the
cool.
First shot out there?
Yeah.
My God, yeah.
It was very cool, and I mean, got a lot of good laughs. And the one thing I found out about doing stand-up, so actually I like doing stand-up better than acting now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because, I don't know if I'm a surgeon. That's my medical problem.
Right.
Well, why people go into surgery as opposed to being medical doctors is you get sort of instant gratification. I know if I go in and take out a tumor, I cured the guy.
Yes, yeah.
As opposed to being a medical doctor where you give him some medicine and said, see me in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of why I like stand-up, because it's instant gratification.
Right.
And a little different nomenclature, because when you're a stand-up, it's great to kill him.
Right.
When I'm doing surgery, not so great.
I was going to say, for those of you who are not familiar with the comedy nomenclature, kill means you did good, right?
Yeah.
You did good. Medically, you don't do good.
Right.
In the same words. So,
one of my jokes is I say, primary care doctors are more like actors. They sort of just try shit and see what happens. Right? Surgeons are more like stand-ups. We go in, we fix it, we get out. Only difference is, when a stand-up kills, they get asked back.
That's right. So then in comedy, there's no mortality rate unless you bomb, right?
Right. Very good. Knock on wood. I haven't bombed yet.
You haven't bombed yet. So
I'm sure it's coming at some point. But
no, don't say that.
Yeah.
You've been
even
doing.
Even if it does, that's part of the business.
That's right. It's all in the journey, right? Just
Right.
like with acting or anything, it's all part of the journey. And I just got to insert this, that most recently I saw Randy, my friend, here at the Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, and in the very next room, he again is in good company, just like in the Roosevelt with Tom Arnold. Again, he was in good company this time, just a few nights ago. In the very next room, Jay Leno was playing in the next room. So it's like you can't miss. I mean, you got headliners around you all the time.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you
You're a headliner magnet. That's for sure.
That's right. Try. So yeah, since then I've opened with Tom. I've been with Tom Arnold like in 10 shows. Paul Rodriguez on 2 shows.
Oh, okay.
Daryl Hammond from SNL.
Yeah. Oh,
A couple shows with him.
Okay.
And it's great. I mean, it's like I said, it's the instant gratification. It's like when people laugh, it makes you feel so good. You know?
That's right. It's almost like acting. It's almost like you get your fix, right? It's like, okay, I killed or I did good this time. I can't wait until I get on stage or on film until the next time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the thing about acting, I love acting. I love being in front of the camera. But when you do your thing, it's like you never know how you do it, and you may never know.
No, that's right. You don't have anybody to look at when you're performing, well, other than your director, producer, or casting, whatever. But with an audience, well, they can't say anything because it's like right on the set, right? So even if when you're funny, they can't react to you. But yeah, it's like you said, instant gratification, and it's just a fix that you get. It's like you go like from one to the other. I can't wait until I do it again. Right,
exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah, you just get hooked on it. You know?
Yeah.
And even it's when I'm not doing the acting or stand-up, it's like, what am I gonna do with myself?
That's right. It's like, okay, now when's the next gig coming up, right?
Exactly.
When's the next fix coming up? So
actually, I'm doing a movie next week.
Okay. Are you at liberty to say any details?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I mean, I would love a breaking story right here, but if it's legally impossible, just say as much as you think you can. I'm allowed to say.
So it's one of the new thing now in Hollywood are the vertical movies.
Yes, I've heard a lot about that. Yeah.
So these movies are made to be viewed on apps on the cell phone.
Yes.
And what started out a couple years ago, there's maybe 1 or 2 production companies. Now there's 40 some odd companies doing these vertical movies.
Wow.
And they're feature films, and they usually shoot them in 7 to 10 days. It's really
that's a quick turnaround.
Right.
That's quick.
But it's like this one. I have to honestly say I don't remember. I think there was an NDA, so I got to be careful.
Okay, well, NDA, that means stop right there. Okay, stop right.
But it should be a cool movie. I think it's. I'm trying to remember I forget the name. There's all these different production companies.
Okay.
There's all these. Now they have all these apps. One's called Dream Shorts, Real Shorts, Mini Shorts. There's all these apps on the phone where you just watch the movie, and the way they work is they're all like soap operas.
Okay.
They're pretty much soap operas.
Okay.
There's all different themes. Vampires, werewolves,
Okay.
CEO billionaires, all these weird, but they're all like basically telenovelas for the phone.
Right. So basically, like any one of those films can be a standalone, but again, it can also sort of be a precursor to the continuing story, right? Since they're like a soap opera.
They could.
It's like, how many times is Bob going to be killed,
Right, yeah.
Stay tuned in the next episode, and it's like, you keep stay tuned for the next episode, but it might not happen for another 10 episodes.
Well, that's how they make money on these things.
That's true.
You go on your app, and they give you like 5 episodes for 2-minute segments.
Okay.
And they give you like 5 2-minute segments for free. And then you have to pay for every subsequent episode.
Okay.
And it's a whole, you pay coin.
That's right.
It's more for the younger generation because you buy a certain amount of coins.
Yeah. Okay. Say no more.
But they're very successful.
That's right.
They're fun to act in. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll be on set for I think it's 6 days.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have any idea when it would be due to be released?
Usually they film these things. The post is only a month, maybe 2 months. And they're very high turnover.
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll see, but it's fun to do.
So those are all great opportunities to keep adding to your resume, right?
Exactly,
One after
yeah.
another, and say, "Geez, this guy's busy. Look at all of these vertical movies that he's doing." So
Yeah. Main thing, hopefully it's like one of my bucket list things
okay.
is to get on a medical show, like one of the
Oh, okay,
like the Pit,
okay.
or that's the big one now.
Yeah.
So
So you could be like the next Dr. Marcus Welby of 2025, 2026.
instead of being a real doctor, I want to play one on TV.
That's right. They're always saying that. I'm not a real doctor, but I play one on TV.
Right, then I can really do it. You know?
That's right. Well, you don't have to study up on all the medical jargon because you know it already.
That's right.
You don't have to have like an onset medical terminology specialist to kind of help you through the medical jargon, the script and everything. So yeah.
So it's cool. Actually, I did fulfill one of my bucket list items.
Okay.
I was on General Hospital this year.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
I had this little co-star role.
Ah, wow.
That was pretty cool.
Wow.
I'd never been on a soap opera before.
Wow. I did not know that I was in the presence of real great. I mean, I know I'm in the presence of greatness right now, but I mean that's like over the top. It's like I'm not worthy. So I feel very fortunate and privileged to have interviewed you today, Randy.
Thank you.
I thank you very much for
Well, it's
being
a pleasure.
for being on my on-the-fly version of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. So from beautiful Santa Monica, California, close to the beach, which Randy is like a stone's throw away from where he is. My name is Edward S. Redcar, the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat, on the fly, on the go edition, here in beautiful Santa Monica. Once again, thank you very much, Randy, for being on my show. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you nothing but more success in your career.
Well, thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to see your show on Netflix.
That's in the works.
Yeah.
Everything goes to Netflix, Netflix and all those other platforms. So, yes, coming to a platform near you soon.
That's right.
Near you soon.
Keep your eyes open.
That's right. Don't let them close. So, we'll see you, everybody. Have a good day. You never know who I'm going to be interviewing next. And we'll see you next time. So long.
Adios, amigos. Come down to the beach.